one of the ways in which we can kind of look at the relations between humans, human societies and climate is through time, our temporal relations to climate. And by that I mean time as any kind of rhythm or cycle or process of change, right? This is a primstav we made with people who live in Bergen today. And how do they synchronize themselves? What time points are important for them now as urban dwellers in the 21st century? And there are still some religious symbols on here. We still have things like Christmas and Easter, of course. We have some natural symbols on here like the crocus or blueberries. But then, of course, we have things like 17. May, when to change our wheels, certain food and film festivals, school start and school stop. That's now what people often talk about as the new way of organizing society. I mean, it used to be agriculturally organized, and now it's really organized around school, because that's when everyone can take their holidays and synchronize family life. So what I hope to say there is that our relation to climate and seasons and is written in time, and what's important for us and our relation to climate changes depending on society and depending on a change in climate as well, of course. Each of these symbols is representative of one of those saint days, so who you should pray to. But they were then very quickly appropriated by farmers and agriculturalists in general to kind of help them remember what things they should be doing on their farm. So it's not just to remember the religious significance of a day, but oh yeah, that's a good way of helping me remember that on this saint's day, I should usually go out and plough the fields or harvest or something like that. What I want you to do is start with the summer side of the primstav. As a group, I want you to agree on no more than 8 temporal reference points or time points of a day or maybe a small group of days that synchronize life here in Oslo in the summer half of the year. That is from the 27th of April to the 26th of October in this Gregorian calendar. And so these are points in time that are important to remember and plan for over the year. And as you agree on a time point, there's 8 of them I want you to agree on, I want you to write those down on the primstav, roughly on the right place where it should be, right? I've written on there 27th of April, 26th of October, and 27th October, 26th April. So you can see which is the summer and winter side. And so just somewhere along there you go, okay, we're doing June, it's probably around here. So just write it in. If you have time, you can use the post-its and draw a small symbol and stick it around where you would want to put it. And of course, the point of doing this, we'll come back to that at the end, but I'll give you the punchline now. The point of doing this is to see how our relation to time, to the timings of the environment and in society have changed today from back in the time of the Little Ice Age. And, you know, what is the significance of climate in this, for example? Maybe nothing. But, you know, what kinds of processes are changing our calendar and our relation to the environment and to time today? Technological, maybe. Changes in society, changes in our relationship to religion, for example. Globalization. I think there are quite a few processes that we'll come up with at the end that will show, okay, these are things that have changed the calendar quite significantly.
Draw a bonfire?
Yes, probably.
Would you like to?
I can try to.
You need like red.
Red and blue. Red and blue.
Ja. Det er gøy, men er det ikke oktoberfest egentlig i november?
Ja.
Eller, nei, kanskje ikke her i Oslo?
Ja, det er fordi Oslo feirer det.
Ja, ikke sant?
Men det gjør det ikke.
Ja.
Jeg trenger vi 3 til.
Snakker vi en hurtig skakk? Ok.
Just here for 3 months, but let's see what you guys did.
Also, starting off with the summer season, so the 17th of May is...
We have the 7th of May, which is marked by a champagne glass for the traditional champagne breakfast. And then after that we have the 1st of June-ish, where the summer break starts for most people. And then we have the Sankthans, summer solstice. And then at the 15th of August, mid of August, we have the semester starts. And then we have marked the day when you can start having bonfires in the woods again, 15th of September. Important to know. And then after that, we have around the 5th of October, we have the høstferie, autumn vacation, which is marked by a potato, because traditionally it's when kids will be out of school to help their parents harvest potatoes.
But I also think, coming back to the ski thing for us, like climate obviously plays some role. Like when you say that there's 30 days less of winter in Bergen, then that changes when you feel like ski season starts. Or when you have to switch from your sneakers to your heavy boots. Right?
The temperature is marked in various ways.
Yeah. The melting, I saw a couple of people talking about the melting and what that meant. I really like this group over here, how you said, and suddenly these things like electric scooters appear in the city again. And this is really interesting because of course it shows how a relation to seasons is also mediated by technologies. So what technologies we use now compared to 1700s or 22,000 years ago. So different forms of transport, different forms of mobility, for example.
The solstices are marked in different ways, but I think they appeared on all of them with Christmas, which is like right about the winter solstice, and Sankthans on the summer solstice.
So here we have some really kind of probably quite traditional, probably going back several hundreds, if not thousands of years of kind of ways of marking the year. So that's nice to see that some of the things that might have even been on a Lascaux cave painting, we still recognise them as, our place in the solar system at that time of the year, our journey around the sun. We're not so exposed to climate as, for example, farmers were, whose daily work is related to climate and environment.